Hey y'all, this is Southern Sunflora here, and I want to thank you for joining me today. If you do happen to be watching this video, if you couldn't tell, this is actually my very first pack opening video, as well as the first video on this channel. So again, thank you. Alright, if you're taking the time to watch this, and I do apologize, if I stutter or mess up or anything like that. It's kind of nerve-wracking doing your first video and everything, but since this is my first video, all I have today for us is just this one pack Obsidian Flames booster. Obsidian Flames just came out today, August 11th, and I went with the one pack booster for this first video because, of course, naturally I kind of want to take the time to just give a little background about myself and why now, with thousands of other pack opening videos, why I chose to do this. So a little bit about my history with Pokemon. Of course, like many of us, I grew up with Pokemon cards. If I was lucky enough and my mom could get me a pack, of course I adored it, had a collection of my own. It wasn't the best collection in the world, but you take what you could get, and of course I treasured it, in all things Pokemon. But then, like a lot of us growing up, my mom sold, mine and my brother's collection at a garage sale, to feed us, to buy groceries, which, is very important. I get it, I understand. And that was kind of that for me and my Pokemon journey. Of course, I still enjoyed Pokemon, but really didn't get much packs after that. And then, like a lot of us who grew up with Pokemon, once I became an adult, had disposable income of my own, I got back into it. And I got back into collecting Pokemon cards right at the tail end of the black and white era, so legendary treasures, and then right at the beginning of XY. And I took one little break at the end of Sun and Moon going into Sword and Shield, which I do kind of regret, especially missing out on Cosmic Eclipse and a lot of those good tag team cards, but that's a story for a different time. But I've been collecting for a while, so that kind of begs the question, why now in terms of starting a pack opening channel? Well, there's a few reasons for that, and one of them is because, of course, I love and adore and treasure Pokemon and Pokemon cards, and I enjoy collecting. But also, as an English teacher, I love stories, and I love art. And art tells stories, and that's exactly what a Pokemon card is. It is art that tells a story. And really, what I think is interesting is that the Pokemon Company, during this new era, the Scarlet and Violet era, it seems like they've really, really fully embraced the artwork of Pokemon and really put a spotlight on the artists that, of course, made Pokemon collecting, Pokemon cards so popular. I know they had alternate alt cards kind of all throughout, kind of started with XY, and then they started embracing it more during Sword and Shield, but now it's on full display, full spotlight, especially with what I like to call story set cards. So not only do you have this beautiful, amazing artwork, but you have artwork that progresses throughout each evolution, and you have these awesome, wonderful stories that are really being brought to the forefront, brought into the light. But the thing is this art and these stories, they've been there all along. It's just, I feel, before Scarlet and Violet, we just kind of, we know it's there, we know it's art, but, we're just kind of going after the chase, the big hits. And I think a lot of those stories and a lot of that wonderful art light just kind of fell to the side. We didn't really care much about, or me personally, about commons and uncommons anymore. We're always just chasing that big hit. But here, Pokemon is really, I think they've stepped back, and they've put that spotlight on the artists again. And really what it did for me is allowed me to slow down and really remember, Pokemon, what's so great about it is that art, and it is those stories, and it really made me stop and slow down when I'm opening a pack and really appreciate the artwork and the thought that goes into it. So that's kind of what I want to do on this channel. Of course, we always want to open the big hits of any set, But for me personally, in this channel, what I want to bring to the table is I really want to take the time, especially when a new set comes out, like Obsidian Flames, for example, and to highlight all of the art, not just the art of the big hits, but the art of the commons and the uncommons. So why start with Obsidian Flames, and why not start with Scarlet and Violet, where we've really started to get a lot of those story set cards in the form of Gardevoir, EX, and that evolution line? Well, mostly because of the controversy that seems to be surrounding Obsidian Flames. I know people are kind of like 50-50 on it. You either love it or you hate it. And a lot of that love and hate comes from, I think, a lot of the art style that is in this set. A lot of people find it to be goofy or wacky. I know there's a lot of controversy around Charizard. Of course, everyone wants Charizard, but it seems like there's a bunch of people who hate the secret art rare Charizard and a bunch of people that love it and love that art style. And that's what's so great about art. It's a subjective. All right, some people love art, some people hate it. It always depends on the piece. But what I think is great is that it sparks this conversation. And it's really multifaceted, and a lot of it can be in depth. And I see that really on full display here in Obsidian Flames. I think there's a lot of interesting card art going on in this set. For example, one of the cards that I really hope to pull in Obsidian Flames is actually the Ice Cube Secret Art Rare EX. Just because a lot of people hate it, but I think it is one of the best cards ever. I adore it. I think it's the funniest thing ever. And I love the simplicity of it. I love the silliness of it. I know some people don't like silly cards or like silly art, but I do. And again, art's subjective. So what some people hate, some people love. And I love the artist that made this card. And I love that they kind of really embrace the silliness of a Pokemon like Ice Cube. And I'll admit, personally, when Ice Cube was revealed as a Pokemon in Sword and Shield, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't on board. But what this artist did is they put a new focus on it. They took a new spin on it, helped me see it in a new light, that kind of silly light. And I really started to embrace Ice Cube as a Pokemon after seeing that art. And I think that's what's so great about Pokemon cards in general. They can really help you to see Pokemon in a new light, and it's the artists that we have to thank for that and the stories that they tell. So when I do a pack opening, like I said, I really want to highlight the commons and the uncommons, give credit where credit is due. And as a teacher, I kind of have like a ranking system, especially for like, daily grade, regular homework. I do what a lot of teachers do just for, easy grading like that. I do a plus, check, minus system. And when I look at a Pokemon card, I'm really looking at 3 things and kind of evaluating it and judging it on 3 things. I look at, of course, the story, course the style, but also the setting, so like the background going on. Is it appropriate for the story? Is it appropriate for the Pokemon on display in the card? So I'll take you through an example. I've got the 1-pack blister, and I'll take you through like how I personally feel about the Paldean Wooper in this 1-pack blister. But again, keep in mind as I go through these cards and I kind of tell you my own ranking on them, just be mindful. Again, it's all subjective. I'm not trashing on any of them. If I kind of give it my own kind of low rating, I still love them all in general. This channel is just for me to express my own opinions about the artwork that we see on display. And I know, all right, there's going to be tons of people that don't agree with me. Of course, I have no background in art, so I'm no judge of character here, but this video is just a way for me to just express myself and share my opinions with the lovely Pokemon community. So if you've made it this far, thank you for sticking with me, and let's get to it. Let's see what we can find, and let's see how we would rank the first card that I'm going to open up here for Obsidian Flames. So I apologize if the lighting isn't good. I kind of got like a really rudimentary setup here going on. So if it looks bad or sounds bad quality-wise, let me know. I tried to get it right, but we'll kind of see. Who knows? This whole video could be a dud, and there's a glare I don't know about, but oh well. Let's get everything out, of course. You're welcome to have the code. I don't mind. Get the coin out, set that aside, set the trash aside. So again, code for anybody that wants it. All right, let's look at this Paldean Whooper. So saw this one of the first one-pack blisters I saw as opposed to the Palmy, and I really like this one. It's got a good swirl on the hollow, but let's talk about the artwork on display here. So let's look at its story, its style, and its setting. So I'll start with a controversial one. Style-wise, I give it about a check. I mean, it's good. It's good for what it is. Definitely doesn't look bad. I think it's nice. It's okay. In terms of the story going on, I would give that a plus. It seems very fitting for me for the Paldean Whooper. You know, Whooper's just always been just kind of a chill, cool Pokemon, just happy to be here, and that's what this Paldean Whooper looks like. He's just happy to be there. It's raining in this card, but he doesn't care. He's happy about it. He's enjoying it, and he's just living his best life in this card. So I definitely give the story a plus here. And the setting, I give it a check. It's an appropriate setting. Nothing too special, but nothing bad either. So I give the setting a check here. So we got a plus for the story, a check for the style, and a check for the setting. So a good card overall. And I just love how happy and cool this dude is, relaxing in the rain. So good card going on. Oh, my cat's probably going to join the video. I don't know. You might can see him. There he goes. All right. Thank you so much, Data. All right, so here we go. First pack opening of this set. So let's see. Let's see what we can find. And let's see what kind of art is on display for us. All right, set that aside. All right, code card. Here we go. Anybody that wants it. All right, let's get the energy out of the way. Psychic energy. Set that aside. And let's see what we get. Grievered. All right, so I do like this card. I think the story is nice. I'll give that a plus. All right, he looks very happy. He's running down the stairs. Definitely give the setting here a plus. It seems appropriate for a Pokemon like Grievered, because it's kind of like a haunting, but also whimsical atmosphere, which I think Grievered is. You know, he's just a haunted dog Pokemon, but he's so happy. He's happy running down the stairs. Maybe he's going to greet his master, but you still got the shadows in play here to kind of remind you, hey, this is a ghost type Pokemon, and he's a ghost dog. All right, so you still got that going on because of the shadow work going on here, kind of the darkness in the background. So I give the setting a plus. I give the story a plus. He's so happy. All right, I hope his owner's home. I hope he's going to greet him. In terms of style, though, I give it a check. I mean, it's appropriate. It's not wowing me, but it's also not bad or terrible either. So again, good card overall. Now, any card we encountered before, I'm not going to go through the whole rating system again, but for cards we see for the first time on this channel, I will. And obviously this first pack opening, all of it's going to be new. So let's see. Tynamo here. All right, in terms of setting, it's appropriate. I give it a check. All right, he's in the water. We got some colorful coral going on in the background. Style, I mean, I'm not loving it. It's fine. Maybe give it a minus here. But in terms of the story, I think it's interesting. Tynamo, he's booking it in this card. Booking it, is he going towards something? Is he going away from something? Is something chasing him? I don't know. All right, but it is interesting, and it's making me question, all right, what's going on? Why is Tynamo in such a rush here in this card? So, you know, I'll give it a plus because it makes me ask a lot of questions, and I think good art can have a lot of good questions about it. It sparks discussion. It sparks debate. So I'll give the story here a plus. So let's see, what else do we get? Phantom. All right, I do like Phantom, especially the concept of Phantom. It's such a cute looking, baby looking Pokemon, but it's got definitely a bleak lore behind it. Style wise, I do like it. I definitely give the style here going on, definitely give it a check. Story wise, he's definitely looking towards something, and it makes me wonder, is there like, a lost child in this forest? Because we've got the setting going on here. It's appropriate for Fantup. Looks like it might be fall. Looks like a dead forest. I give that a plus. All right, in terms of setting, you got this dead tree. It's already collapsed. Dead grass. Looks like it could be fall. That's appropriate for Fantup. So I give the setting a plus here. In terms of story, it is a little creepy. All right, thinking about what Fantup could be staring at. Is he staring at his next victim? So I'll give that a plus too. So good card, great card overall. All right, what else we got? We got Vulpix here. Now, personally, Vulpix is one of my favorite, not top favorite of all time, but I definitely like Vulpix as a Pokemon. Style-wise, for me personally, doesn't seem like anything to write home about. Setting-wise, it's good for a Vulpix. Vulpix is very nice, very fluffy. It looks like you got the spring setting going on here. That's fine. I'll give it a check. In terms of story, I don't really think there's anything to write home about. I mean, Vulpix looks like it's looking at these flowers here, but that's, I don't know, that just doesn't spark my interest or anything like that. So, yeah, I kind of give that a -2. But still, it's art. Art's great. Some people might love this card. Some people might hate it. But let's keep going. Now this definitely stands out to me in terms of style, especially the background going on here, this mask screen. Definitely love the style. Give it a plus. It stands out. It jumps out at me. The colors are really popping on this card. Setting-wise, I do like the setting. It's appropriate for masquerade. But I mean, I think that's about it. I give it a check. In terms of story going on, not a whole lot going on, so maybe I give that a minus. But style, definitely plus all the way. All right, Gumshoes. All right, our detective mystery Pokemon. Gumshoes always has that angry frown on his face. Now, this is one that I don't know. Gumshoes, story-wise, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on here. Gumshoe seems to be deep in thought, but there's really just not a whole lot going on. Style-wise, it's all right. It's all right. And setting-wise, I don't know if it's appropriate for Gumshoes. I mean, you got this just regular kind of forested path going on. Doesn't really make me question a lot. Doesn't kind of spark any kind of interest in me. So, I don't know. I kind of give this one a minus overall. But going on, let's keep it going. All right, Pupitar. Again, it's kind of one where it's like, it just doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on here. This one's kind of a minus for me in terms of all of my categories. Nothing's really a standout. Doesn't really spark any kind of debate or questioning. And kind of have a waterfall going on in the background, but I mean, it doesn't really seem relevant to what Pupitar is doing. Pupitar is just kind of hanging out. So kind of another minus overall. All right, now we're getting into our reverse hollows. Larvitar here. Style-wise, I think there's something going on. I give it about a check. Setting, I don't know, it kind of seems to blend in, kind of all kind of uniform. I know it's got a rocky background going on, which is appropriate for Larvitar, but it's still kind of a minus for me. Story-wise, I give this a check. I don't know what Larvitar is doing with that rock. Is he eating it? He might be eating it. He's definitely interested in it, so it does make me question it a little bit. So I give the story here a check. I do really want to pull the art rare of Larvitar, the one where it looks like, everybody says it looks like he's eating poop. I just think that's absolutely hysterical. It's the same artist that did the Ice Cube Secret art rare. Absolutely love it. Think it's hilarious and silly. So I really hope to pull that one in this set. But let's see, second. Ooh, all right, second. We got a Kaneda here. I love Kaneda's style. Absolutely plus all the way for this style. That's probably no surprise with this artist. In terms of the setting, I've got some real questions going on. I'm going to assume these are clouds in the background of the card. Looks like he might be, there's mountains in the background. That's appropriate for Bronzor. It's starting to snow. And I don't know, it doesn't look like, maybe it could be about to be winter, going from fall to winter. But I don't know, I give it maybe like a check in terms of its setting. Story-wise, I do want to know what's happening. I do want to know what time of year it is, or who's causing it to snow if it's not winter time. Especially the clouds don't support snow. So is it Bronzor causing it to snow, or is there another Pokemon in play that might be causing it to snow? So I might give the story a plus here, because I do have a lot of questions about what's going on. Why is Bronzor in the snow? Is he causing it or somebody else? And style a definite plus. But let's see here what we get for our final slot. Ooh, all right, Dragonite EX. All right, 5-band graphics card. I know a lot of people don't like Terra Crystal Pokemon cards, but I do. I think it's interesting. I like the crystal look. And for a 5-band graphics card, I mean, it's definitely better than a lot of your regular 5-band graphics EX cards. I don't really want to rate. I don't really include 5-band graphics cards in my ratings in terms of a plus, check, and minus. It just is what it is with 5-band graphics, but definitely happier to get just a Terra Crystal Dragonite EX. Would I love it to be a full art? Yeah, I wish they would have done that for this set, but oh well. And I think to get a hit on our first pack, hey, things are looking up. All right, you can't go wrong with Dragonite here. And that's it. That's going to bring us to the end. So if you made it this far, again, thank you. Thank you for bearing with me, especially through this first video. Hopefully, as I make more, things will definitely, hopefully improve as I get a little more seasoned. And hopefully you don't hate my judgments of these cards and the card art too much. Again, I want to put a spotlight on these artists. Again, none of them are bad at all. I mean, I think it would be a wonderful dream come true to be a Pokemon artist and to get paid to do that. But again, thank you for joining me. And if you like this kind of thing, if you like this in your pack opening video, please let me know. Leave a comment. And any ways that I can improve, again, please let me know. So again, thank you so much. This is Southern Sunkern signing off. Bye, y'all.